The Ferrari F80 in the Crew Motorfest, it may weigh 3,300 lubs, whatever that is in normal weight, but it does produce 1,200 Italian horsepower. Having this latest flagship model from Maranello in the game so soon after its reveal is pretty impressive either way though, even if it has taken me a little bit while to get hold of it, mostly because I needed quite a lot of money to buy it, which I never seem to have in this game. Anyway, as ever, if you do enjoy today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and with that, let's go and buy the Ferrari F80 and see what it's like. So, if we scroll all the way across through all of the other Ferraris, here it is at just over 2.5 million, which as you can see I've been saving up for. It's available in many colours, including some rather fabulous blues and greens, but being a Ferrari I think there's only one possible choice for this. The wheels, there are a few options. I actually rather like these two-tone ones, so let's go with that. Do be warned though, and well, I know this, but you'd probably have guessed, being a Ferrari, there's basically no customization we can do to this at all, other than the wheels, the calipers, which is more than you can do on the LaFerrari and Forza, for example, so maybe we should make those a contrasting red, and interior, which, given the exterior's yellow, maybe we should go with matching, but you can't change any of the materials or anything like that. So, that's about that. Are there any vanities? We can do vanities, so I guess I will put my usual red tyres on, which maybe means I should have stuck with the red interior, but never mind. Let's go with the yellow on that, and that, and that, and leave that alone. Can't do any interior bobblehead things or anything like that. So, well, that's kind of it. Right then, let's take this completely stock version of the F80 over to the Ferrari location on Maui as a kind of first drive before we do maybe a grand race or two with it, hopefully with this category hypercar, of course, coming up at some point. Maybe even one that's restricted to Ferraris. Okay, it doesn't turn very well if you don't brake for a corner. So yes, the Ferrari F80, a car which, when it was first unveiled, I thought was, well, quite hideous if I'm being honest, and I really didn't like it. It has grown on me a lot since then, particularly now that I've been able to drive it here in the Crew Motorfest, but yeah, I kind of get it. I just find something like a LaFerrari more desirable. Because this, I'm sure it has lots of clever things, but it's not kind of iconic or groundbreaking yet, I suppose. Maybe it will be. But like the F50 with its racing engine, and the Enzo being the Enzo, and the LaFerrari being the beginning of the sort of hybrid era with the Holy Trinity, this kind of feels like it's not quite doing any of that. I mean, yeah, I get it, it's kind of supposed to be like the racing Ferraris of today, so it's a hybrid V6, like their Formula 1 car, and I think their Le Mans cars as well. So that kind of makes sense. The idea of these F-model Ferraris is that they're sort of the pinnacle of the time, as I'm sure we learned from the story mode, but anyway, I didn't really get it, and I didn't really like the way it looks. Now I kind of get the extreme look of it, and why they've done that engine, even if it's not a screaming V12. Interestingly, with the looks, the thing most people seem to complain about is that black bar across the front. But that's the only bit that I always liked, even before when I thought it was truly hideous. And I still think it's a bit too square and a bit too boxy. And the wing doing that weird thing where it leans back at high speed for stability does look a bit odd, but yeah. I like it more now than I did when it launched, but I'm still kind of undecided about it overall. So I was just trying to look at the steering wheel, having definitely not just had a big crash. to see if it's gone to buttons from the previous, like, touchpads that were on some recent Ferraris, because apparently they're going back in the direction of buttons, because, well, all of their customers hated the touchscreens on the steering wheel. Which, interestingly, now also means, apparently, if you own a Ferrari that had the touchscreens, you can go back to the dealership and have a steering wheel with buttons fitted. So yeah, I can't quite tell what this has. Mostly because it's dark. It's wider than it feels from inside. Anyway, here we are at the Museo Ferrari. It's just such a cool spot, isn't it? One complaint I have, though, is why is this not on there? Anyway, I think that'll do it for our first drive. To the grand race! So then, fortuitously, the first grand race I loaded into included a hypercar, so here we go in our very multicoloured cars. It also has a 100% credits boost on it, so hopefully we can earn back some, at least, of that very expensive price tag for this car. Starting quite near the front. It's a 2-3 for the F80s. Right, I don't particularly recognise this route, so I may have to do a bit of concentrationing and be slightly quiet. No, why did everyone die on the bridge and get in my way? It's a friendly fire from the other F80. It was going fairly well until that point. We're just about keeping in touch with the leaders. I mean, I don't really know what to say about it. In theory, all the cars are balanced, and it feels reasonably good, so and I think, generally speaking, all-wheel drive cars are pretty good, so it shouldn't be too awful. Looks like it's going to finish its stint in 8th. So, it's down to the other two cars to see how we do overall. Oh, here's Max Verstappen with the overtake. Oh, never mind. Yeah, told you. Oh, here he is again. Whoa. What the... What did the physics just do? Right, well, it would appear after the Formula 1 stint we're down in 14th after all of that carnage. Whatever happens in this race, though, I do kind of feel like the Ferrari held its own in that first section. It was kind of staying within some kind of distance of the leaders, and only dropping back to 8th isn't too bad. It was really all went wrong in the Formula 1 section. And now I'm kind of too far back to catch anybody else, I think. But yeah, I don't think the Ferrari did too badly. It's not going to be like one of the fastest cars or OP or anything like that, but it seemed to cope okay. Wasn't being left behind by any of the super fast cars. And we finished 13th, so it's all good, I guess. And that is going to do it for a very first look at the Ferrari F80 here in the Crew Motorfest. It is growing on me more and more, but I'm still slightly unsure about it, particularly the way it looks. But I do kind of get why they've gone in that direction and why they've gone in the V6 hybrid direction. It does kind of make sense. In the Grand Race, it performed pretty well as well, so I may use it from time to time in that. But yeah, apart from that, I've kind of been enjoying driving it, particularly as it's such a new vehicle being added so soon after it was revealed. As ever though, do let me know your thoughts on the Ferrari F80 and, well, what it's like in this game if you've tried it. But for today's video, that is going to be all, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next one very soon.